The most haunted town in America. Here are top 9 most haunted town in America. Number 9. Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon is ideally positioned on the Columbia River and has multiple fault lines beneath it, 2 characteristics that make it an ideal haunting site. There's also a lot of history there, some of which is a troubled past. In the 1800s, people were abducted and sent to Asia as slaves and prostitutes through the Shanghai tunnels, which are located beneath Portland's streets and buildings. According to legend, a saloon owner may get you quite intoxicated before sending you down a hidden hatch where you'll never be seen again. Some claim that those ghosts are still active in the tunnels, and guests have claimed to have touched, heard whistling, and smelled perfumes while on tours. The White Eagle Cafe, formerly a boarding house, hotel, and brothel, is one of the most well-known haunts in the city. Workers have reported smelling cheap perfume, seeing flying objects, and even smelling burning when there isn't a fire. Number 8. San Francisco. Similar to Portland, San Francisco benefits from fault lines and water, once serving as a haven for immigrants fleeing police violence. Chinatown's Cameron House was set on fire while its occupants were still inside. Some claim the occupants are still there, appearing occasionally in photos. There are rumors that a policeman patrols Golden Gate Park and that a former headmistress is in charge of her former girls' school, which is now the Queen Anne Hotel. Furthermore, others claim that some inmates at Alcatraz, the grim penal island jail where some of the most well-known criminals were housed, are serving not only life sentences but eternal ones. Reports of hearing voices and the sound of cell doors closing have been made by visitors. Number 7. Chicago. Chicago is a prime location for the paranormals since it is situated near multiple fault lines and Lake Michigan, where criminals and Confederate soldiers formerly roamed. Here was formerly a popular spot for gangsters to dispose of dead, and some claim you can still hear screams coming from the Clark Street Bridge. Another rumored haunted location is the Clark Street Bar, which is close to the location of the former warehouse, where Al Capone's infamous Valentine's Day massacre occurred. Strange figures have been recorded at Oakwood Cemetery, where approximately 6,000 Confederate troops are buried from the Civil War. The infamous vanishing hitchhiker should be avoided if you're traveling along Archer Avenue. Men traveling northeast on the route have been reporting seeing a female hitchhiker since the 1930s. She is frequently described as blonde, blue-eyed, and dressed in a white party dress. However, when she requests to be set off near Resurrection Cemetery, she gets out of the car and disappears. Number 6. South Carolina's Charleston. Charleston is one of those classic southern cities with so much history from voodoo and pirates to the Civil War that the ghosts of the past refuse to depart. Moreover, it is traversed by 2 rivers, which supply liquid fuel for a spectral fire. The ghost of a Civil War soldier has been seen at Boone Hall Plantation, and he appears to be attempting to extract a bullet from a fallen friend. There is a tradition that the ghosts of lovers who were rejected remain around the brick house and the 13th step. During the Civil War, the downtown region had an artillery station known as the Battery. It's possible that when guests arrive at the Battery Carriage House Inn, their room will already be taken. Male guests have reportedly woken up to discover a man standing by their bed, and female guests have claimed to see a male ghoster in their bed. 2 other spooky guests at the Dock Street Theater are rumored to be the ghosts of a prostitute known to the neighborhood as Nettie and actor Junius Brutus Booth, the father of Lincoln's killer, John Wilkes Booth. There are about 20 locations in all that are rumored to be haunted and will give you the chills. Number 5. Florida's St. Augustine. The oldest city in the country, St. Augustine, has a long history and reputation for being haunted, according to Nichols. Not only due to its geology, but also to its history. A large amount of limestone exists there, and because it is porous, water and spirits can pass through. The star-shaped fort known as Castillo de San Marcos is home to one of the most well-known haunts in the area, the ghosts of soldiers who once participated in a love triangle. When the colonel discovered that his wife was allegedly having an affair with his chief officer, the couple vanished from sight. They discovered bones in a dungeon years later. Additionally, several others claimed to have seen Dolores' ghost and to have smelled her perfume, which may have given away her love. It's also claimed that you can still hear the sounds of battle and spine-tingling screams if you press your ear to one of the walls. The St. Augustine Lighthouse is a well-known ghost where stories go that a former caretaker and 2 children who may have died there roamed the spiral staircase. Number 4. Texas's San Antonio. San Antonio is one of the oldest cities in the United States, second only to St. Augustine, and ghost stories date back hundreds of years. The Alamo, the scene of the well-known conflict between Mexican and Texan forces, where Davy Crockett lost his life, has seen its share of deaths, and some people still believe they hear inmates wailing and see ghosts walking the roof. Numerous structures along the Riverwalk, such as the theater and restaurant Alamo Street, are rumored to be haunted. It is rumored that former actress Margaret Gething, dressed in a long flowing dress, watches plays from the balcony. Eddie, a small child, is rumored to like pulling practical jokes and banging around the kitchen. The ghosts of children who died more than 50 years ago when their bus stalled on the tracks are rumored to haunt a stretch of train tracks close to the San Juan Mission, just south of San Antonio. It is alleged that to spare their vehicle from a similar destiny, unseen hands will push any car that stops close to the tracks across the tracks. Number 3. Louisiana's New Orleans. With its history of slavery and voodoo combined with its limestone terrain, New Orleans is an ideal blend for the spirit world. One of the French Creole eateries that popularized New Orleans cuisine is Antoine's Restaurant, whose owner, Antoine Alciator, is rumored to still oversee the restaurant's several dining rooms while dressed in a tuxedo. Antoine's Restaurant opened its doors in 1868. Known as the Voodoo Queen of New Orleans, Mary Laveau is regarded as the most well-known ghost in the city. Number 2. Massachusetts' Salem. Salem, known for the brutal witch trials of the 1600s, is said to be haunted by the ghosts of the 19 witches who were executed for their supposed misdeeds. While some claim their ghosts roam other places, others claim they stay at the location of their executions, Gallows Hills. Bridget Bishop used to own an apple orchard, and rumor has it that her ghost haunts the Lyceum Bar and Grill. Furthermore, it is believed that Farmer Giles Corey, who was also charged with witchcraft, haunts the Howard Street Cemetery, and that seeing him there portends ill things to come. Visitors report feeling uneasy when they visit some of the town's historic sites, such as the House of Seven Gables, which served as the inspiration for Nathaniel Hawthorne's story that exposed the injustice and hypocrisy of the witch trials his grandfather presided over. Today, the town is a tacky tapestry of witch tales and tours. Number 1. Pennsylvania's Gettysburg. All 40 kilometers of the battlefield at Gettysburg, the scene of one of the biggest Civil War engagements that claimed 51,000 lives, are believed to be haunted. Photographs taken in the town are reported to occasionally feature ghosts, such as the spirit of Confederate General Robert E. Lee. A cult following of Civil War reenactments has reported ghost sightings and the sounds of ghostly cannon fire there. The ghost spirit energy is locked there. Just think of how perplexed they must be to discover that the conflict is still going on even 150 years later. From 2 school administrators at the offices of Gettysburg College, the former location of a field hospital, comes one of the most chilling stories from Gettysburg. They were departing just after midnight. When they pushed the one button on the elevator, the basement was reached. Amputations were being performed at the field hospital when the doors opened, chilling them to the bone. One of the orderlies gazed up at them. While many ghost tours are excellent for learning about the local folklore, Nichols advises that, in general, staying the night in an inn that is rumored to be haunted is a smart approach to boost your chances of encountering the paranormal. There are plenty of these in Gettysburg, such as the Cashtown Inn and Restaurant and the Quality Inn at General Lee's headquarters. Did you like it? Tell us what you think of the video in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting videos.